Hey everybody, hope you're having a good Friday. It's time for the weekend, so you know what that means. It's time for some games on the page. So I hope you all are ready to go. Before we start, we're going to be having a guest on the show. So we'll be giving a little few minutes for everybody to join in. Let me share it real quick on the page. That way everybody can know that we're live. But I really appreciate y'all joining us. I see a few people on there. How we doing today? Make sure you like, make sure you share. So we'll be getting started pretty shortly for our pop trivia. So it should be pretty fun. Thanks, Veronica, for the like. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and have our guest Jesus join us. He's from the page RGV Dads. So if you haven't checked it out, you can find them on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, of course. So we'll have him on right now, and we'll ask him a few questions about his page and see what it's like. Hey there, Jesus. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you very much for having me on.
Awesome. Glad you can join the page. I've seen a lot of the stuff that you're doing in RGV Dads. Awesome stuff. Like we were talking about a little before we started the show. Some great things that you have going on. So just tell us more about it. What made you want to start the RGV Dads page and what it's all about?
Sure. So RGV Dads, I started it about 2 years ago in 2018, and our mission statement is to create opportunities for fathers in the Rio Grande Valley to network through meetups, blogs, vlogs, and sharing information about fatherhood. And I got it started because back when I became a father in 2009, there weren't a lot of resources available for me. YouTube was kind of in its infancy about that time, and I was able to find some things on there for help. Obviously, I could ask my wife, but I didn't always want to ask her for help. I wanted to do some things on my own, and so
Exactly. Uh-huh.
I just started searching places where I could get information, and it led me to New York City area. It led me to Staten Island out there in New York, and also to the West Coast to Los Angeles, California. And so, doing a little bit more research, I come to find out that there are some things in Texas, but only in the major cities. So, really, not south of Austin was there anything for dads. So, I did reach out to a group to kind of join, maybe like a franchise type of thing, but
Mm-hmm.
at that time, I guess we didn't fit their demographic. And so I had two choices. I could wait or I could start it myself. And I decided I'm going to start it myself. And
There you
so,
go.
yeah, we started partnering and going to events like at the local library. We partnered with the Toros and the Vipers, the
That's awesome.
university as well, especially their sports teams like men's and women's basketball. The
Mm-hmm.
men's baseball, they've had us in their presidential suite. So that was very nice. Also, the Toros, they allowed us to be in their suite as well. We've gone
That's
to
awesome.
Chick-fil-A where we've done slime events with the kids. Home Depot's been very receptive to our group. We went down
Okay.
there and done their monthly builds when that was happening pre-COVID. And that was one of the best events because that one can be valley-wide at any participating Home Depot. And it's kind of funny because I remember one of the ladies at the McAllen Home Depot, she asked me one day, so are there moms? Where are the moms? And one of the dads and I said, well, they're at home relaxing, or maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
having a spa day this morning. And so, we're freeing up the moms to get some relaxation time because
That's awesome.
I'm always
Yeah.
hearing from moms about how when they go to the restroom, for example, there's a paw for the pet, there's a little kid fingers. Everybody wants to get at mom. So we want to give mom a break if possible, too.
No, and that's awesome. That's important, especially like I know, like I even mentioned, a lot of people out there didn't grow up with the father, and that's us fathers, and that's why that's awesome that your page is doing that, especially embracing new fathers as well. So like you all have, I know you had a contest, or were you all doing a little giveaway, like just creating little swag bags for fathers? I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, that's a great question because we partnered with the university and their healthy family initiatives.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Specifically, his name is Jeremy San Miguel. I can't say enough good things about this individual. He's been a great bridge for us, whether it's been Cameron County or Hidalgo County. Obviously, this includes Starr County and Willacy County, and we're always working to expand and make
That's good.
contacts.
Mm-hmm.
So whether we partnered with, like the shirt that I'm wearing, it was sponsored by Strategic Insights Financial Planning Group. I met them on Twitter, and they
Okay.
said, we want to help you guys make some shirts. And so I was able to give away a bunch of shirts to some of the dads. Even the Children's Orchard, that basket that you mentioned, we gave away a couple baskets. In Children's Orchard in McAllen, they donated some onesies and other clothing items to those two baskets. We partnered with Nurse Family Partnership. They even did a dad's focus group where they called us in and they recorded our responses. So it's very nice to hear that organizations want to know the dad's perspective. We've even gone as far as University of Texas at Austin, where
Wow.
they developed the fatherhood playbook app. And so Mike
Okay.
Mackert and the team over there, they want to include us in that. We've gone down to the United Way in Cameron County with Victor Rivera, and he's helped us as well link up and give out informational brochures so that people in the Brownsville area and in Cameron County can learn about RGV Dads as well. So yes, we were excited to partner with UTRGV, give out those baskets with the Healthy Families Initiative, and kind of just highlight dad for a moment, because what the dads tell me is that they go to the appointments, they any interaction, I guess, even going to a pediatric appointment once the baby's born, that the mom seems to be the one being asked the questions. Even if the question is about the dad, some of the dads tell me, I'm right here. You could ask me the question.
I've heard about that before. Yeah.
I can tell you my date of birth. I can tell you my name. So that happens, unfortunately.
No, and then another thing that you're doing now, I know during quarantine, y'all can't have as many events, but you're doing little Zoom meetings now, right? So tell us more about that. I know you had some topics, like you had a doctor on a few weeks ago. Is that right? Like something like, was he a like asking just info about what's going on and things like that, or answering questions?
Yeah, well, thank you again for paying such close attention to what we're doing. So pre-COVID, we actually coordinated an event at Topgolf. And
Okay.
so every time we try to do an event, whether it's for the children or with the children or just the dads, I always try to keep it low cost or no cost. So in the case of Topgolf, I was able to get the group of dads in and nobody paid to golf. And then
Oh,
the
that's
food,
awesome.
we were able to get that at 10% off. Yeah, it makes
Okay.
a big difference. I know everybody's on a budget, so we want to try to respect that.
Right.
After Topgolf, we were able to go to, several months later, we went to 5x5 Brewery. And I know that a lot of the guys like beer and craft beer, so we were able to link up with that group. And that was our last event because I think the very next weekend things had to shut down again.
Right. Yeah. It just happened
So
so quick, man. Right. But
yes, it was unpredictable at that time, and sometimes it still is. And then that led us to where we are today, where we said, I talked with some of the dads and we started Zoom meetings. And so slowly but surely, we've seen our numbers rise, and we invited one of the dads, it's a medical doctor over in Mission, to
okay.
give his perspective on what is his experience with COVID-19 there
Okay.
at his hospital, but also what is his experience when he has to go home to his 3-year-old daughter. And I think
Yeah.
that was very eye-opening for some of us that don't work in the medical field, to just kind of understand, the sacrifice that he's making, the risk that he's taking, doing this for, all of our fellow citizens in the area.
And they can find that video. Like if anybody wants to find more details on it, they can find that on your page as well on YouTube too.
Unfortunately, they can't find that. You would have to be a part of the meeting.
Okay, well
And
then
so,
you go ahead. What did he go over? What was his experience like?
sure. So one of the things that I did share with the group was a picture of how he is covered from head to toe, and he's wearing it's not even an N95 mask. It's something that's more higher grade than that.
Okay.
And he says that he's sweating profusely while he's wearing all this gear, even though they're indoors and AC and everything.
Oh wow.
But the thing that stuck with me the most was that he gets home, and imagine this: you start walking into your home, and your 3-year-old wants to come hug you. Well, they've had to train her to stay at a safe distance, and then he has to, take off the clothing that he has, and then he immediately showers and scrubs, and then he can, meet his daughter in their common area, their living room. But
That's tough.
it's so hard to explain to a 3-year-old because I've had a 3-year-old twice before.
And
hey, you
even
need
at
to.
that, just kids of that age, like my nephew's 8. Every time I walk in the door, it's just instant hugs, and it's kind of like, oh man, you kind of don't want to tell them no, but at the same time, you gotta let them know, hey, like, what's going on too. So that's pretty tough.
It is very difficult. One of the other things that I wanted to share with you
Go
was
ahead, yeah.
that one of our dads, he sent me some messages, and he was also feeling like he never would get heard at the doctor's appointments and things. And so one thing that we try to do that's not in the mission statement is, what I always felt like whatever a dad tells me, like whatever he needs to get done, we're gonna try to get that done for him. And we're gonna, if we can't do it ourselves, we're gonna try to reach out to somebody who can. And that's why I said Jeremy San Miguel with the Healthy Family Initiatives with UTRGV, he's just been instrumental. So when that dad came to me and I could
Mhm.
tell, this is more like a mental health type of question, I got Jeremy to help me link up with Dr. Cynthia Gonzalez. She's a psychiatrist over there at the university. And
Okay.
she said, what we can do for the dads is we can get a support group together. Again, this is pre COVID. So we got a group of us together at their office here in Edinburgh.
Hmm.
And we were able to all get together and kind of talk about some issues that, dads have to deal with. And so I think that that was a step in the right direction, because I think mental health is a hot topic, especially right now that we're all have
Right.
to be at home and take on that extra challenge of, and not in a negative way, but you're constantly around the same people all the time, so there's just opportunity for maybe something to flare up.
Right.
So,
Frustrations. It happens. I mean, and even at
yeah,
that, like it's all, at the end of the day, like you kind of find out how to take those steps to not do that. And that's what that's all about, right? Like, just kind of create boundaries in the setting that we're in, right? It's just kind of like, hey, if you need to go take that walk, go take that walk, right? Type of thing. So
that's
that would be
exactly right. We talk about fitness, we talk about marriage, we've talked, this is all happening in the Zoom meetings. We've
okay.
even talked about miscarriages, even though that, that's more of a biological thing that happens to our spouse, that is a mental thing that, dads still have to cope with. And
Mhm.
so all topics, as long as a dad is comfortable talking about it, he's welcome to share. We try to stick to about 60 minutes. But I will tell you that last night it went 90 minutes. And of course, the dads are able to come and go as they please. And I try
Right.
to check in as best I can and moderate the situation. We have a
Mhm.
chat box. I'm sure by now everybody's used Zoom. And so I try to keep some notes over in the chat box. And this past meeting, I decided to save the transcript in case anybody needed any of the information that was shared. They could just email me and I could email them that information. So yeah, it's been a great opportunity to Zoom. I wasn't quite sure how it would work out, but it's worked out way better than I thought it ever would.
One thing that just crossed my mind is like, have you ever gotten any of the single father experiences? I know we don't see a lot of those down here in the valley, but are there anybody, or is there anybody in your group that single fathers around that area that have to deal with like maybe like 3 or 4 children, 2 children, things like
Yeah,
that?
that's a great question. So, and I really like what RGV Strong does, and I like the way that you use the word unity. And so, one thing that we all share in common is that we're all a father.
Right.
And what's really interesting to me is the diversity. And so, yes, we have fathers that are single fathers. We have fathers that are older fathers. Maybe they got started, raising a family because of a career, or maybe they got married
Mhm.
later in life. We have fathers that they have the same sex partner. We have fathers that are single, and we have fathers that they don't have children yet. They're in the process of fostering or adopting. And
Yeah.
so
Okay. All right.
such a wide range. And then, of course, that's not even taking into account the different occupations. We even have stay-at-home fathers. Some people, because of our culture, maybe they may
Right.
think that, oh, all the dads here, they all work, and maybe they don't get involved when they get home. And yes, those fathers do exist here and in other places. But if you were to come to one of our Zoom meetings, you would hear some of our dads say, well, that's what my father did one generation ago. But I do things 50-50 with my wife, and I wash dishes, I can help with the laundry, I know how to braid hair, whether it's a boy or a girl with long hair. And so you find that fathers are, there's a term for it, modern fathers.
Right.
that does exist here. And I know that it does. And I know that many people watching, they know that it does too, because you see it. You see it at the grocery store. You see it, at a baseball game with the kids or T-ball, whatever it may be. It exists. It's out there. And what we're trying to do is highlight that because it deserves it, I think.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining the page. So it's going to be, they can find you on Instagram. They can find you on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So it's going to be RGV Dads every week. If anybody wants to join in on the Zoom meetings, are they more than welcome to join as well? Like how does that work if they want to, get a part of that?
So usually I remind people every week on our 3 platforms, and
Okay.
if they want to join, all they have to do is send me a message, and then I send them the link, and then also with the password to the Zoom meeting, and also anybody that we currently know, they can share that information with them as well. So we're just slowly getting the word out, and I think it's scaling itself really well, and we're getting a lot of great partners such as RGV Strong to help us share that message and spread the word about the good things that we're doing.
Yeah, and anything you need to be shared on the page, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to share it. I know last week you had that little post about the diapers. That really went a long way. I didn't even know about it. There's things like that. So any resources that fathers need, and not only fathers, just anybody around the community, parents, you can go ahead and make sure to follow that RGB Dads page because you always keep track of what's going on as far as resources. Are you doing any back to school things, anything like that right now?
No, but we are looking to share all of those things. And, one of the final things that I want to share with you guys is that when the father is actively involved in the family dynamic, the whole family benefits. And so when you highlight RGV Dads or when you help RGV Dads in some way, know that you're helping the whole family dynamic. And that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get this started 2 years ago. And I'm just again thankful for everybody that has supported us.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Jesus. Appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, have a good weekend, and then, like I said, I'm going to be sharing, keeping up with everything that you're all doing. Awesome stuff, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Eddie. We appreciate you.
Have a good one. Take care. Have a good night.
Night.
All right, everybody. So we'll be getting started with our trivia. That was Jesus. So make sure you go follow RGV Dads. It's going to be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can follow them on there as well. So if you're a father, any type of father, they don't discriminate. They accept all fathers there as well. So you're more than welcome to go join in. If you're a parent, they have a lot of resources for you to check out as well, especially for things like last week. They shared a little post reminding people about diapers being tax free last weekend. So everybody, you know the drill by now. To be crowd.live. The code to get in is NQCOD. NQCOD. The same as last week. Let's see how many people are in. So we're gonna be going on with a dad theme. So a lot of stuff is gonna be dad themed. I know one thing he mentioned was I think it's a thing that a lot of people like beer, but there's some questions involving that, sports, famous dads. So we'll be keeping up with the dad topic today. So make sure you give them a follow when you get a chance. It's gonna be RGB Dads. So are we ready? Selly's in. Let me see those likes. Let me see those thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna be giving away a Starbucks gift card, $10. I did send some prizes today. I need to send in a couple more in a few. Right now, I'm just gonna write down some names. But thank you all. Appreciate you all playing. Marisol's ready. Ed's ready. Thank you for the like. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The share. Let's see where we at. You got 12 players in the room. Marisol's ready. Ed's in. All right. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all joining in. Okay. So we'll be getting started in a few more minutes. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. I think we'll be getting started right now. Thank you all for paying. Thank you all for your time and everything like that. Appreciate you all joining us tonight. You could be anywhere else right now, but you decided to join us, and I really appreciate that. So let's get things going. Let's get things rolling. 15 seconds. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Survivor Trivia, people. What country consumed the most beer per capita in 2019? So A, B, C, or D. Survivor Trivia. Let's see if everybody knows this one. Uh-oh. Let's see. We had 80% of people answer D, but let's see what the right answer was. Nobody got it right. Oh, man. I worked hard on this trivia, people. All right, let's go on to. All right, so it's going to be sudden death now. Sudden death. So, first person to message us with the answer or comment with the answer wins the prize. All right, which father-daughter musical collaboration led to a Billboard one-hit single? So comment A, B, C, or D. Comment A, B, C, or D. Who was it? First one to comment wins. Or not wins, but gets it right. Oh, Ed got it right on the first try. Nice. Congrats, Ed. Ed got it right. Let me double check, though. Let me double check. Let me confirm because I saw another time right now. Let me look at the timestamp real quick. But it looks like Ed is the winner. He got it right, but let me double check because Janie sent in a message. But I just wanna double check, make sure we're good. Man, Ed, you're always winning. You're always on top of it. But let's see. Let me see if I can see the comments. Yeah, so it looks like Ed won. Congratulations, Ed. You got it right. So, yeah, congrats, Ed. You're the winner. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow is Team Trivia Night. So make sure you get your team ready. I'll see you all tomorrow. You got a chance to win $100. So tomorrow we'll be doing that. Team Trivia and then RGV Trivia Night we have on Sunday. So don't forget about that one either. So, Ed, you won the $10 gift card. Congrats. All right, thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it. I hope you all stay safe. Make sure to follow RGV Dads. And I want to thank Jesus once again for joining us. Follow them, and then we're going to see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. See you all. Don't forget about our shirts as well. If you want to show us some love, 956strong.org. We actually had a chance to donate to the hurricane. Make sure, I shared a link right there if you could donate, please. There's this family that really needs a lot of help. We donated some funds that I had from some of the shirt sales, so I donated that to them. It was about $10 or so. So, all right,